Hi and welcome to the video. Hope you've had a good Christmas, as good as it can be in these bizarre times. If you're new to this channel, please do consider giving us a subscribe and giving us a like on this video. We're going to be trying to grow this channel over the course of the next 12 months with reviews, flight videos, tech tutorials, various different bits and pieces. So if you like the kind of content that we're producing, hopefully you'll come back for some more. In today's video, we're going to be looking at this. This is a 4-inch freestyle rig based on the iFlight Chimera4 frame. It was never built to be under 250 grams. That was never the intention. All I wanted to do when I built this was to get a capable 4-inch freestyle quad that I could zip around sort of urban areas without too much concern about the amount of noise and disturbance that it might cause. But actually it's turned out to be something pretty impressive that I'm really pleased with. So we'll dip into the details. We'll show you what we built. We'll show you how we built it, what components we used, and maybe you can build one too. Okay, so here it is. This is my iFlight Chimera4, built as a freestyle quad. So this was obviously originally designed to be a long-range quad. It's iFlight's entry into the micro long-range market. They do two body styles. They do this squished X geometry, and they also do a dead cat style to get the props out of the view. I went for this as I was, like I say, building a freestyle rig, and this seemed like a more suitable freestyle kind of geometry to me. So just taking a bit of a look at it, it is a sort of squashed X design. So the distance between the front and back motors is shorter than the left and right motors. It's a unibody or single bottom plate, which one or two people are not overly happy about. And of course, you know, for a freestyle rig with these skinny arms, that may come back to bite me. Maybe a bit of a problem, but you can buy the bottom plate separately. So inside here, we've got the 20 by 20 flight stack. It's an Aikon 45 amp ESC, which is massively overspec'd for this quad. Doesn't need to be anything like that, but you know, that's the one that we bought, and it's an Aikon F4 flight controller. We have a Caddx Ratel or Ratel, however you pronounce it, camera in the front, the standard size one, which is the micro, not the nano, which they call the baby anyway. And we have a Matek 20 by 20 VTX in the back, and an R9 receiver, because I'm still flying R9 at the moment. I've paired that with a true RC AXii antenna, and that's essentially it really. Other than that, motors are the iFlight standard ones. So these are the ones that come with the Chimera anyway, and the iFlight Nazgul props. These come with the Chimera anyway. These are the 3800 kV motors, so they're designed to give a bit more punch. And that's about all there is to say in terms of the specs. At the moment, this is bang on 250 grams, all up weight, with a Insta360 Go and a Tattoo 650 milliamp 4S LiPo. Absolutely on the nail, 250 grams. Absolutely, you could make it lighter than that. You could save maybe 10 grams on the stack alone. You could put a 35 amp beta FPV all in one ESC and flight controller in there. The ones that are the whoop style flight controllers. This, as you may have seen on the bottom, does have 3 lots of mounting points. Come on, focus, camera, there we go. So you've got 20 by 20 in there already, 16 by 16 if you wanted to use the smaller holes, and you've also got these 4 holes for a whoop style ESC and flight controller. Now the stack that I've got uses M3, these were M2, so I did have to drill those out a little bit, and I'm using, unusually these days, nylon hardware, which actually should be fine on something that weighs as little as this does. All right, can we focus in again, please, camera? As you can see, there's a few non-standard 3D printing parts on there. So I've designed, copied, whatever you want to call it, the front camera mount. So I scalloped a bit out there, just to save a couple of grams. When I started to get onto the, ooh, can I make this 250 grams train, the Insta360 mount is a cross between the Beta FPV one and just a base plate that I picked up on Thingiverse. Again, what I'll do is I'll link to these all, as I've got these as a Thingiverse collection, so I'll put a link in the description to those. There's an AXI antenna mount at the back here. Again, that is completely my own design, as is this R9 antenna mount, which I'm pretty sure would work perfectly fine for Crossfire Immortal T. In there as well, I have got a 3D printed R9 mount that I threw together. I'll include that in the Thingiverse link as well, but you know, that's obviously only going to be of limited use to people. The one thing I couldn't do, unfortunately, was the motor mounts. My Fusion 360 skills don't quite stretch to the elaborate shape that they are. I did contact iFlight and ask them if they would supply the STL files, which they declined to do. I suspect they're probably wanting to sell a few spares first before they start giving stuff away, which, you know, I'm sure they're in a business to make money, so that seems fair enough. But I'll stick with the blue and yellow theme for now. I'm fine with that, actually. So that's the basic spec of the build. Like I say, all up weight with the Tattoo battery, and the Insta360 comes in at exactly on the nail 250 grams with this particular build. So what does it fly like? I mean, I'll show you some flight footage in a few moments, but you know, it flies really well. I'm really, really impressed with it. It belies its size. It doesn't feel like a micro quad. It doesn't feel like a super lightweight thing. It doesn't feel like a heavy 5-inch quad either. So be under no illusion, this is not one of those, oh, build a 4-inch quad that flies like a 5-inch videos, because it doesn't. It doesn't fly like that at all. But it is really capable freestyler. It does have a lot of sort of, I'm not quite sure, hang time, you might want to call it, throw ability. You can really chuck it over things, and it won't just fall out of the sky, which is kind of the one of the downfalls of micro builds. So it does fly really well. We'll cut over to some flight footage in a minute. You can have a look for yourselves and see what you think. So there you have it. There's some flight video that you've seen now, so you can make up your own minds really what you think to it. I love it. I think it's a great quad. I'm really pleased with it. It's exactly what I intended, which was a capable freestyle 4-inch quad, lightweight, quieter than a 5-inch, less offensive to those people that don't like drones, aren't used to drones, and think that they shouldn't be buzzing around. It's exactly what I wanted, so I'm really pleased with it. I hope you found that video useful. By all means, if there's any comments or questions, put them in the comment section below. I'll be happy to answer any questions as best I can, and hopefully we'll see you on the next one. Like, subscribe, do all that usual stuff, and we'll be back next week with a new video. Thanks very much.